Joining me tonight, Congressman Elijah Cummings of Maryland. Congressman, great to have you with us tonight. I got to get this in. We do have some breaking news. The White House released a statement commending the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on the Syria resolution. The statement reads in part, "We believe America is stronger when the President and the Congress work together." Great to have you with us tonight. If President Obama doesn't get a yes vote, does he look weak?
Ned, I don't think so. First of all, I thought it was a good move politically and morally to come to the Congress and seek their approval. I thought that was a bold move. And the fact is that you gotta remember, Ed, this president came into office and was elected twice based on getting us out of war, not getting us into wars. And so I thought it was an important move. And now the Congress must act very carefully to try to address this issue, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm spending almost every day, spending literally hours poring over information, trying to figure all of this out, because it is indeed a very complicated issue. And I admire all my colleagues who have already made up their minds. I got to tell you, I've listened to the briefings, both classified and unclassified. I've read the documents. There are some issues that really stand out here.
Well, in these briefings, is there anything that has tipped you to vote yes for a strike on Syria?
Ed, I'm still trying to figure it out. Let me give you an example. To answer your question, not yet. When I think, one of the things that I'm most concerned about that has come over very clear are the unintended consequences that may come out of this. Here we have a President Assad who, I believe, based upon everything I've seen and read, did in fact gas his people. No doubt, I have no doubt about that. The problem, Ed, is what happens when we have these so-called limited strikes. I think a person who's able to gas his people is going to react.
No question.
And we don't know what that reaction is going to be.
No question.
And that is a real, and if you really listen, Ed, to Secretary Kerry, who I have a lot of respect for, yesterday in his testimony before the Senate, I mean, he basically said, look, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. We think we're going to be able to contain and degrade Assad's ability to deliver these chemical weapons, but after that, what happens? And I'm trying to figure out what is the plan down the road.
Well, the response to the response to the response is something no one can predict.
Right.
But Congressman, how can we assume that the Syrian people are going to say that this is not an act of war, that they only hit us with a few cruise missiles, that they only hit us with 200. I mean, we may not view it as an act of war in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and the debate coming up in the House, but who's to say that the Syrian people and the Arab world isn't going to view this as some, you know, cowboy diplomacy, that we've taken a shot at them, and it could inflame the entire Arab world against the United States.
Well, I got to tell you, Ed, this is the argument. The argument that you're making right now is one that I'm hearing from my constituents, and I know Bernie Sanders says most of the calls coming into his office were against this effort. I can tell you 99% of the calls coming to my office are against it, and they are citing the types of things that you just said.
Well, I've got to ask you, Congressman, are the American people going to matter? And is there going to be a robust debate? I mean, if the American people don't want this, where are we?
Well, first of all, I think I would be surprised if the president went forward with this. But you just hit on a very key question, Ed. I think the president's got to come before the nation. He's got to do this. And as a friend of his, I would say, Mr. President, you've got to come before the nation, and you've got to lay out exactly why you feel that you have to act now. You must make sure the nation understands what is so egregious about chemical and biological weapons. You know, all the briefings that I've been in, I feel like we're kind of talking above the average person.
Sure.
And when I talk to my constituents, I'm getting the same thing. Yeah. They're saying, well, Cummings, I mean, why should we be so upset? So anyway, again, I think he's going to have to come before the nation. I hope he do it sooner rather than later.
Well, an analysis from Think Progress finds that 153 House members have already gone on record saying that they will vote no or leaning towards a no vote. Only 47 have come forward out in support of this. I would imagine every congressional member is getting a dose of reality from those that they are representing, and I hope that weighs in to all of this. Congressman, you're a very thoughtful man. I have immense respect for you. If I can get you to do a no vote, I'm asking for the order tonight. I think it's the wrong thing to do. I would respect your decision, but I hope there's a robust debate, and I hope we get a no vote. I think it's the wrong move at the wrong time.
And thank you very much, and I certainly respect your opinion, and I've listened to you very carefully, and I'm going to take everything into consideration. I consider this one of the most important votes I'll take as a member of Congress.
I agree. Congressman, thank you.